In this video, we'll be taking a look at 8 NFL matchups, and I'll break them all down with free winning picks so you can bet smarter and win bigger. But first, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell so you get our picks the second they drop, because when the lines move, the early birds cash in. And if you want the full Winning Sport Picks experience, head over to wspicks.com and check out our VIP packages, or grab a free consultation with one of our professional sports consultants for the sharpest edge you'll find anywhere. That's where the real plays live. We are your bookmaker's worst nightmare. These are the games we're hammering, the ones the books can't afford you to bet. This is Winning Sport Picks. The free picks are about to drop, and they're coming in hot. We start with Washington and Miami, where Washington is catching +2.5, and the total sits at 41. And this is one of those deceptive AFC-NFC spots where the public leans Miami because of the explosiveness, but the spread tells a different story. When Miami is favored under a field goal, it means the books expect a close, grinding matchup, not a track meet. Washington, in these situations, tends to overperform because they shorten games with balanced drives and force opponents out of their comfort zones. And in totals under 50, small spreads historically benefit the dog because possessions become more valuable. I'm grabbing Washington +2.5 and leaning under 47 as both defenses slow the tempo. Next up is Green Bay versus the New York Giants, with Green Bay laying -7 and the total at 42.5. The Packers as touchdown favorites are always fascinating because they're far better in underdog or coin flip rolls. They rarely dominate games start to finish. The Giants getting 7 at home plays right into the trend that double-digit cover margins are hard to achieve in low total environments. With a total near 40, scoring is limited, and that naturally adds value to the underdog. I'm taking the Giants +7 and under 42.5 as Green Bay settles for field goals instead of touchdowns. Tampa Bay and Buffalo brings Tampa Bay at +4.5 with the total at 46.5. Tampa Bay in this exact number between +3 and +6 is one of the league's sneakiest cover teams because their defense keeps games competitive. Deep into the fourth quarter, Buffalo wins many games but rarely pulls away against teams with a strong pass rush because their offense becomes predictable late. With the total sitting mid-40s, the game script leans toward a one-score finish. I'm on Tampa Bay +4.5 and under 46.5. Cincinnati and Pittsburgh is next, with Cincinnati catching +5 and the total sitting at 48.5. Pittsburgh rarely wins by margin, and their offensive style simply doesn't allow them to create separation consistently. Cincinnati as a dog thrives in these divisional spots where familiar opponents compress the game. Divisional underdogs hitting at high rates is no coincidence. These teams know each other too well for blowouts. With the total close to 50, expect some offensive trading but still a tight finish. I'm taking Cincinnati +5 and leaning under 48.5. Houston and Tennessee brings Tennessee in at -5.5 with the total at 37. This is one of the clearest low total positions of the week. When totals crash below 40, spreads larger than a field goal almost always lean dog. Houston can run the ball just enough to keep possessions limited, and Tennessee, while steady, isn't built to pull away. This is a classic grinded-out AFC South slugfest with long drives and few explosive plays. I like Houston +5.5 and under 37. Chicago and Minnesota gives Chicago +3 and the total at 47.5. Chicago as a field goal dog in divisional games tends to be undervalued because divisional familiarity suppresses scoring and makes underdogs live for all 4 quarters. Minnesota has been inconsistent protecting leads, and that brings the back door wide open. With a total in the high 40s, expect a game with bursts of scoring but still a narrow margin. I'm taking Chicago +3 and leaning under 47.5. Carolina and Atlanta sets Carolina at +3 and the total at 41.5. Atlanta as a small favorite has been a brutal bet historically because they lack the offensive identity to separate. Carolina's defensive structure forces opponents into methodical, multi-play drives, making 3 points far more valuable. With a total at 41.5, one of the tightest in the league, the margin is expected to be razor thin. I'm rolling with Carolina 3 and under 41.5. We close with the Chargers and Jacksonville, where the Chargers are -3 and the total is 43.5. This matchup leans toward a defensive game script with both sides capable of disrupting the other's rhythm. The Chargers, as a small road favorite, often fall into tight games because they trade explosive plays for stalled drives. Jacksonville keeps contests close at home by forcing offenses to beat them slowly. That combination pushes value to the home dog and to the under. I'm taking Jacksonville +3 and under 43.5. Now listen to me, those are the free picks, but the one game I am unloading on tonight, the game that's going to crush your bookie's soul, that's the VIP play of the day at WSPicks.com. This is the nuke, the hammer, the max bet, the one play I've circled, the game that will bury your bookmaker 6 feet under. When it hits, and it will, your bookie is going to need a doctor, a lawyer, and maybe even a priest. If you want to ride with me on the biggest bet of the day, get to WSPicks.com right now. For the recap, we're rolling with Washington +2.5 and under 47, Giants +7 and under 42.5, Tampa Bay +4.5 and under 46.5, Cincinnati +5 and under 48.5, Houston +5.5 and under 37, Chicago +3 and under 47.5, Carolina +3 and under 41.5, and Jacksonville +3 and under 43.5. This is Winning Sport Picks, where we don't just bet, we bury bookmakers. Smash that subscribe button, drop your favorite plays in the comments, and hammer that like button like you're hammering your bookie into the dirt. We're cashing, we're dominating, and tonight we're dancing on the grave of your bookmaker. Let's go!